Welcome back, Gaming Lounger. Zacharoni here of Live and Let Gaming, and today we're going to continue with Horizon Forbidden West. And right now, in this objective, we need to override one of these beats, mechanized beats right there.
Fire can help here.
But we gotta make sure that thing didn't spot us. Right now, we just go up to him. There we go. Now let's just take that away from him. So now that we got one of them, we can now use it to travel for the travel through over there. So let's get them moving. Right? What the objective? Override the charger, mount, go to burial light. Right. So let's move out. Hey guys. I would fast forward it, but hey, I want to take into the scenery here. Whoa, that looked bad.
Oh, spotted.
Oh, come on. They can just leave me alone. I think I nearly made it.
Mirror light. Last part of the Sundom before the Forbidden West. Karja horn. That means the embassy storm soon. Alright, I should find whoever's in charge here. First,
well, let's check on the minimap. There would be a start.
Could resupply at my stash. Might be worth taking a look around too.
Yeah. Could be. Might be something valuable here. Can I craft something though? Because I've been doing side missions. I wonder if I should be crafting. If I got the right things, of course. Maybe that would do. For now. We'll get the other parts later. Weapon upgrade. Ah, that's a new weapon. The prototype stick thrower. And it's basically got an explosive spike on it, which I'm not seeing full effect yet, but it could have work, maybe. Anyway, let's get this one a bit of a upgrade, because I really should be using slingshots. Well, slingshots more often. Any more to upgrade? Oh, maybe I might have... No, I think that's... We'll upgrade that, actually. Yeah, that's all I can upgrade. Traps. Oh, I can just craft them. Ah, that's all the traps I can make. Pouches. Tripwire. Oh. Well, I got the Javan Witchbone. Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, foods. Now, food is actually a new part in this game. Well, I unlocked a side mission where I went through a side mission where I can actually craft food that will actually give me stat bonuses. Like the Bitter Brew Braw. Which I'll probably try to eat later. But right now, let's get back to...
Looks like he's had a few.
Oh boy. Well... Let's just see if he's okay.
Right. Because that's what piston you forge.
Had enough of that stuff, Aaron?
Gentlemen,
That's our cue.
Cute. Oh, him busted.
you
Right.
taking the edge off?
I mean, I'd ask you to join, but who'd be left to save the world, right? All right, now let me guess. You're in a rush, right? So, whatever you need, ask away.
We sure do. So, how you been doing?
How have things been since I...
Your silent departure? Yeah, not bad. Vanguard's going strong. Helped Avad pick up the pieces after the battle with the Eclipse. And I took a month to bury Ursa in the claim.
Ooh.
But when I got back, I got the assignment to babysit Wadis on his way to the embassy. I thought that'd be a
Wadis.
cakewalk, so of course things went sideways.
We can
You got
tell.
blindsided. Wasn't your fault.
A couple more of these, maybe I'll believe you.
Maybe less of them. And Ellen's your sister?
I was, wondering if you were able to lay Ursa to rest. Like you wanted.
Yeah, we did. Just seen the crowd that showed up to pay their respects. Half of them owed her a favor, and the other half owed her their lives. In the end, everybody drank. You know, it's the rowdiest funeral since ever.
Feels like she would have liked that.
Yeah, damn straight. Damn straight. She would have put them all under the table.
Maybe not on all of them. So the assembly?
What do you know about the embassy?
The embassy.
Oh, yeah, not much. Only that Avad really wants it to happen. He said I'm making peace with these Tanakh. But from what I hear, they're not too big on the whole diplomacy thing. They do most of their talking with blades and arrows. So if you're heading their way, be prepared. Things might go ugly real fast.
I'll keep that in mind.
Right. Get the spear ready. So the barrier light?
What do you know about this place?
No, nothing good. It's where the Carja dragged all the captives they took from the Forbidden West during the Red Raids. Lucky ones became slave labor. The rest were hauled off to the Sun Ring and Meridian.
Your sacrifice.
You got it.
Huh.
Tanakh made sure to wreck the place before they chased the Carja out of the West. I can't say I blame them. And now Avad's paying the Osram to rebuild it. But no matter how much new stone they put up, it'll still be stained in blood.
Yeah. Not if we can do anything about it. Anyway, we have to go.
I better get going.
Oh yeah, don't let me stop you. Just, are you sure about this? Yeah, saving the world, that sounds like a lot for just one...
Errand.
Yeah, all right. Can't blame me for trying. I guess what I'm really trying to say is, if you ever do need me...
I know where to find you. Hopefully sober next time.
Yeah, don't count on it. Be careful out there, Aloy.
Even though she's actually way over her head, really. Anyway,
Lighten up, Paiv. You've got a thick wall of stone between you and the Tanakh out there.
Yes, sir.
Why the long face, Mavas? Wish you were heading out there?
No, sir.
Are you in
Excuse
charge
me?
around here?
Apologies, no. That would be Commander Nozar. I'm Lawan, his second in command. So, what brings Aloy of the Nora to Barren Light?
I'm here for the embassy. I need it to happen so I can head west. And maybe now that Studious Wadis is here, we can finally get things underway.
Yes, the Sun Priest. Walked in practically kicking and screaming behind his escort. Really seems to like his scrolls. But the embassy remains delayed.
what?
Commander Nozar has signaled our readiness, but the Tanakh marshals have yet to sound their horn.
Yeah?
All right, fine. Let me through the gates then. I have my own business with them.
I'm sure you do, but I'm afraid I can't. Commander's orders.
What?
Normally, the gates are open for any who dare to venture out. Asaram salvagers, a few especially brazen Karja, but no one's allowed in or out before an embassy. They'll reopen once the Tanakh have left.
Boy. Well, this will be a problem. So about the embassy.
So what happens at these embassies, exactly?
Mostly trade and negotiation. The Karja offer tribute of food, spices, and gear. In exchange, the Tanakh return personal effects taken from Karja soldiers that fell during the Red Raids. This particular embassy, however, is a special case.
Because the Tanakh are handing over some sort of prisoner, right? A soldier named Fashav?
Ah, so you've heard. The exchange has got everyone on edge. You never know if an embassy's going to go well until it's practically over.
I hope it will go well. Anyway, the Tanaka Marshal?
You said something about Tanakh marshals. Who are they?
They're the tribe's elite warriors. Before every embassy, they arrive with a contingent of soldiers from each of their 3 clans. Then, during the proceedings, they negotiate on behalf of their leader. And by negotiate, I mean stare down our sun priest until they concede. Paev over here came face to face with them for the first time at the last embassy. Came back drenched in his own sweat.
Yeah.
It was hot that day, sir.
It was indeed.
Ew. That's a lot of sweat. Anyway, where's Nozo?
Where is this Commander Nozar, then? If he's the one keeping the gates shut, I'll convince him to open them for me.
I'll take you to him, but I have to warn you. The commander isn't one to break protocol, especially when he's already high-strung.
We'll see about that.
Oh boy. Well, we
This
just
way.
have to follow them.
There's a lot of activity going on around here.
The Tanakh tore down this place during the Red Raids. 2 years of labor, and we still have a long way to go. The work stoppage and chain scrape nearly halted our rebuilding efforts. But I hear a certain Nora got them back to work.
I was just helping out.
Yep.
Yes, well, I'm sure Ulvin was thrilled.
Yep, we do one of these walking simulators, except I'm doing the walking. What kind of construction you got here?
Stand aside, soldier.
Sir?
That's it. That's right. The Noah
There's
warrior
the commander. Better brace yourself. And good luck.
and savior of Meridia is here. Well, let's see what happens.
We can have peace with these barbarians. How are we to hold an embassy with a tribe that can't even govern their own people?
What more can you expect from barbarians? Ah. Aloy, was it?
Yes. The one who cleared the valley for you? That Aloy.
Yep.
We appreciate your service. At least we are ready for the embassy to begin.
Didn't you just give the signal?
Both sides must signal readiness. Until the Tanakh sound their horn, we wait.
Yea, for as the first shall be kept.
Shut up. Why
Yeah,
do
that's
I-
enough, are you?
The Tanakh are a tribe composed of 3 clans. How many banners do you see?
You're just gonna wait? Go find out what's wrong.
Oh, this isn't some forgotten corner of the East where you come from, Nora. It's the Forbidden West.
The titles say.
If you don't like it, run back to Meridian, file a complaint.
The Meridian I saved, you mean?
That's right.
Oh boy.
Nobody walks to the gate until the 3rd clan arrives and the Tanakh horn has sounded. Not even the savior of Meridian.
Gee. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. So I'll wait. If I'm I think we'll just continue on. So I'm going.
Well, thanks, but I've waited long enough. It's time to go.
Absolutely not. This embassy depends on diligent adherence to...
Oh boy.
You shall not!
Keep telling yourself that.
Oh boy.
Someone approaching! On a machine!
What? Of course. We knew he was going to catch up soon, right? And I think he's going to be completely ticked off.
Open the gates, please.
Do not let her through that gate! That is a direct order!
Sorry. Can't do it.
Sir, it's the Savior! I don't care if it's the Governor Queen herself! The gate is a shield, so that
I'm asking nicely.
I don't know what to do.
Hey, Varl.
Hi, Aaron. What's happening?
You know, the usual. Aloy wants something. People try to
Open
stand in her way.
the
It's not gonna work.
gates.
That's it! Arrest her!
I'd like to see you try.
Oh boy.
Supporting fire?
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded. Hey, Nozar! You stupid.
Oh boy.
You think you got the authority to keep that door shut in the Savior of Meridian's face? What do you think Sun King Avad is gonna do when he hears what you did? Promote you, huh?
Oh boy.
Through,
Did that work?
boys. Saving the world.
That's Aaron for you.
Forget something back in Meridian?
Look, Varl,
It doesn't matter. Made it just in time.
And he's got to focus. So I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, time to
So
find
this
out
tribe
the
that Murad
problem.
told us about, the Tanakh, we need their permission to go west?
yeah, well, I figured it'd be nice if they weren't trying to kill me the whole time.
But this embassy hasn't started yet. We're just gonna barge in?
Just no more politics. No more delays.
Oh well. Now at least you have some backup.
I guess I do. We'll see how it goes.
Is that them up there? Hey, fellas. How you doing?
That is the line between East and West. Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds. That was our accord with the Karja.
I'm not Karja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why
Oh,
send
boy.
a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Karja can't be trusted. This is known.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold!
Huh?
She's telling the truth about one thing. She's not Karja.
Yeah, thank
She's
you.
a Nora from the Savage East. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away.
Huh? Well, looks like we're doing another chat.
A fearless, red-headed Nora. You must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am
You're
unyielding
Aloy.
Fashav, once of the Karja High Command, last of the army of the setting sun.
You're Fashav. Avad gave me a message for you. That he waits for you in Meridian, where you belong.
Avad always was polite. Well, now I'm even more curious about you knowing that you have the confidence of the Sun King. But such an association with the Karja could work against you here, as it often has with me. As you can see,
Yep.
tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help, but I need to know why.
Oh.
Along with some assurance that I won't regret it.
Huh? You and the Takara, or whatever you want to call them.
How did you come to be among the Tanakh?
It's quite a story, but not a quick one. Though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere before the embassy begins. Are you sure you want to hear it?
Yep. Tell me.
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed, of course. They committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tanakh into action.
Oh boy.
When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate. I was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they paid me back in kind on the journey to their capital. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hikaro. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
Desperate measures?
So when you met the Tanakh chief, you did something desperate?
I'd kept my ears open as the Tanakh dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by combat that they revere. So, when they flung me at Hikaro's feet, I demanded this right, called the Kulrut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tanakh howled, but Hikaro stared them down, and then his gaze fell upon me. Evidently, he appreciated my ingenuity. He allowed me to participate in the Kulrut. Little did I know what I was in for.
Cult?
You said the Kulrut is a Tanakh's trial by combat.
Yes, but it is no ordinary trial. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not directly.
Is it machines?
Instead, the combatants fight machines in a great arena, and only the strongest survive.
Nailed it.
Believe me, it is no easy thing to stare down a charging machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than you might think.
Well, then you have my respect. Like you, I lived through it to claim my prize.
Just like
I
we
had
always do.
hopes for freedom, but well, that wasn't on offer. Only service to the chief.
So the serve it to the chief?
You wound up serving the Tanakh chief.
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the chief as his marshals.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective spirit from the ancient past.
In
practice, marshals are Hikaro's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge, part executioner. I won my place among their ranks and served as honor demanded, but many Tanakh still spat on the ground when I walked by. But they did, until I started forcing them to the ground to grind their faces in it.
I guess that's one way to deal with it.
As you may have noticed, violence is the native tongue of the Tanakh. To survive, one must master it.
We can see from
the
the
truth
looks.
is, though, the Karja speak it too. More than they should. I can't blame the Tanakh for hating them.
So which tribe are you?
So then, are you still Karja?
Part of me, yes. Always. Yet there is much to admire about the Tanakh, especially their chief. I've heard stories about what it was like before his reign. 3 clans always at war, constantly slitting each other's throats. Hikaro and the marshals have crafted a delicate peace. And now it looks to the future.
That's...
Who knows?
Good.
Maybe that future will include cooperation with the Karja.
Come on, how long is this gonna take? In fact, my time is nearly gonna be up soon. So we'll keep playing until we've done this conversation, and the others.
The Karja talk about Hikaro as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he swept them from the field. It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flay me alive. But he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun King was. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people. I hope you do speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him.
I'm sure we will. Well, he will.
That's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last.
Yeah, okay.
The Kharja need to know what I have learned.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tanakh is a lot different than how they do.
Oh, thank that's out of the way. So, what are the tattoos for?
I've never seen markings like those on a Kharja before.
The Kharja see ink as decoration. For the Tanakh, it is much more. A litany of deeds. A record of vanquished enemies.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete.
Okay.
This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked with the laurels of peace.
We'll make that happen. But anyway, thinking about going home?
Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyards. But I have another goal in mind.
And that is?
As someone who knows the Tanakh and the Kharja, I'm in a unique position to advocate for both.
Oh,
if
I
Sun
see.
King Avad is amenable, my hope is to establish a lasting peace.
The Tanakh don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. But these are difficult times. Chief Akaro knows that survival often requires change, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
Yeah. Can't but you'd have a game of cards or something. Anyway, rite of passage now? We'll continue with this.
You asked why I need rite of passage. I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer.
Here we go.
6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines.
Making it worse.
The source of it all has gone west. And I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine.
Yep, to take down Hades.
I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tanakh lands.
Huh. Oh.
A task so important, and it's just the two of you.
Two of us?
Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Akaro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice.
Oh.
You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent you, and he'll listen to
Look!
Huh?
The Sky Clan's banner.
Oh no. Oh what? Oh, it already happened.
Marshals. It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
And the commander?
No. I could only convince a few.
Oh,
He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all three clans. If there are fewer from the Sky Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
Well,
What's going on?
Not all Tanakh can stomach the idea of parley with the Kharja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No. The other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
oh. Well, look like we did that job, Aloy. We're gonna have to wait for a little bit. And also, the video is still going.
The Kharja have opened the gates.
Please let me no ambush. Please let me no ambush. Please let me no ambush.
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land at peace. Today is such...
Huh? I didn't want an ambush.
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tanakh!
Regala. Chief Hikaro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears to a chief who conspires with the enemy.
Oh boy.
Hikaro has betrayed us. The embassy is proof. And all of you marshals are his accomplices. For this, I condemn you to death.
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us. Exile.
What the? Oh. Unless. Whoa, look at those chain blade teeth.
Lancers, form up!
They're
Really?
riding machines. Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Probably, yeah.
Vashav, come with us now, or not at all.
Oh boy.
Archers, light them up!
Oh, this is a bad idea. Oops.
Archers, keep them back!
Oh boy. Oh, come on. Some of them have character potential. Oh boy.
Left
Oh.
flank to the Karja! Run them down!
Okay, I really want to get rid of that girl. Oh, come on. Let me do some action. I want some action.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Oh. He may be a nuisance, but
Stand your ground! Fire at will! I don't have a shot!
thank you. Come on, let me do some action. Not watch a movie. That got rid of him. Oh no! Oh, come on! Why didn't you do something, Aloy?
Can you see?
It's just us now.
Hey! Calm down and fight fair!
Lancers! Take the center!
Oh, great.
Get ready!